Hello, beautiful tribe of light. I am Aroney from Blue Star Transmissions, bringing you transmissions and activations of light for personal and planetary ascension. Today's transmission, I am reading out to you a written channel transmission that has been on my heart for some time, and I can't wait to share this with you. And as I'm sharing this, I'm holding my big piece of blue lapis, and I'm holding this because I really want you to feel into the resonance of truth in the words I am speaking. I want you to feel into the energy behind what I am sharing with you today. What is occurring globally right now, what we are witnessing, is the dismantling of the old systems, the old hierarchies, the old systems of deep manipulation and control. We are living through the turning of a grand cycle, a 26,000 year cycle of human consciousness that marks the collapse of illusion and the return to truth. All that has remained hidden in the darkness, all is coming to light now. What has been hidden and suppressed is now coming to be observed and witnessed. What appears to us as increasing global chaos, increasing weirdness, increasing uncertainty is the old world literally crumbling and dismantling consistently in a very obvious way. Humanity as a collective is graduating to the next level of awareness and remembrance of who we really are. We are beginning to take ownership of how we are collectively creating our reality. We're coming to understand who we are, what we want, and what we want to create, and what we're capable of. As a collective, humanity are like teenagers growing into adults. We're walking this rite of passage now where it's a lot clearer to us what we want, the kind of collective we want to be, and the type of world that we want to live in. The majority of us want to live in freedom and peace. And we want freedom and peace and love and unity for ourselves and for everybody. So as this cycle turns, as the Great Awakening continues, as we ascend, the light of truth shines once again. The universal and spiritual forces are supporting us to rise up, to speak our truth, to be heard, and to literally drop the shackles of control which have held us for a very, very long time. And this isn't about blaming. It's about owning what is. It's about going, okay, we've done it this way for a very long time, and we have subscribed to this way of being and thinking for a long time. And we're so used to it, we hadn't questioned it yet. And now we're questioning everything. So as the cycle continues and life goes through its cyclical nature of death and rebirth, the illuminating light of truth emerges once more. No one is coming to do this work for us. The power lies within us. Our spiritual family supports us. They respect our journey and our free will. But like a parent guiding a child, they help us to learn and grow and remember who we really are. But ultimately, it's up to us to become independent and to collaborate to achieve our goals of unity and true peace. We're collectively learning how to use our free will and really tap into our personal power, our collective power, our collective voice as one. And we're starting to do this now. We're starting to remember that we have the power. Humanity has never in our history come together to speak as one, to act as one for something that we really, really care about. Now is the moment for humanity to embrace its true strength and its true power. The barriers that divide us, that separate us, they are actually complete illusions. We share so much more in common than we care to recognize. To unite, we don't need to dissect our past or our differences. Instead, what we need to do is focus on what truly matters and what truly affects all of us. I really feel we've come to this key point in our spiritual awakening where enough of us have remembered. We have remembered to some degree. We are a soul. We are a spiritual being having a human experience, and there's so much more to life and to this reality than we have been taught by our systems. Enough of us have that inner knowing now. Enough of us have the capacity to question the narrative now. And it's coming to that point where we've gotten to this stage of awakening. And the next step is quite literally the physical manifestation, the physical expression, the real world human expression of our unity. And we're beginning to birth it. We're beginning to see it as people come together to be heard, to have their voices heard. And I so celebrate this. In the grand narrative of humanity's collective hero's journey, we find ourselves poised at the threshold of transformation. Our world, which has been marked by division and illusion, it calls us now to quest together, our quest for unity. And as we face the challenges that separate us, we must recognize our shared essence, this innate desire for connection, understanding, and peace. Guided by the wisdom of all of our shared experiences, all of our trials, our tribulations, our defeats, our victories, all of it, we can rise above all of the superficial divides that are essentially an illusion. We don't need to sort through all of our differences to get to come together in a very focused way. All we need to do is embrace what truly, truly matters. Love, compassion, and conscious collaboration. And this is the blessing that awaits us once we step into our power and forge a united future. And for those of you on the spiritual awakening journey, the ascension journey, you know what I'm talking about. This is the new earth, the golden future that we are walking right now. We have set up so many of the templates, the energetic spiritual templates, and embodied them, integrating them. And we're still doing that because that's still part of how we're creating this through this architecture. But I really feel this. There's a very tangible human way this is going to start expressing itself. So I guess this video is just the acknowledgement of that. I feel it in my body, I feel it in my voice, and I feel it in the collective. This leads me to the next bit of intuitive message or guidance that I received recently. While I was in meditation, I had this flash of a download, a flash of insight. And what was coming to me, I was very aware I was getting a message from future humanity through the timelines, communicating with all of us. And I just happened to pick up on the signal because future humanity, golden earth humanity, they know how to work with the timelines. So they're sending messages, sending downloads through all of the timelines, sending encouragement and instructions of how to actually unite and how to actually physically birth the new earth. And what I tuned into, and I'm just going to close my eyes as I just go into that space of that download. They show me humanity uniting under one collective goal, one collective vision, where we put our differences aside and we collectively focus on this one goal, and that's what brings us together. And they even give me the impression of like a logo or an image that encapsulates this movement, because it feels like, you know, a revolution. It feels like a movement. It feels like it has this energetic imprint of what that is and what that feels like. And there's even like a logo created for what that is, for what it represents. And the energy I get from future humanity is that it's so possible and it's so much simpler than we could have imagined. And one key aspect of the success of this movement is our ability to literally just be coordinated. Is to coordinate our thoughts, our ideas, our visions. And to have this movement, this collective that we always check in with before we collectively make decisions. This is not like some kind of UN or some kind of government structure. It is so different to that. It's very hard to describe what it actually looks like, the structure of it, because it's much more balanced. It's not in a hierarchy, okay? And part of the intelligence of that collaboration is our ability to collectively tune into one another, to tune into this collective field that we are. So that's a skill that we're going to learn and build upon in time. And I invite you, tune into it for yourself. It's there, it's available. And I encourage you to listen to those messages, because it's future you, future generations speaking directly to you and us. So thank you for receiving my message today, my transmission of truth. And I'm always holding the highest vision that we all remember that we are divine sacred beings having a human experience. And I'm always celebrating us coming together as one heart. Blessings and love.